Well, since the person of the hour is here, yeah. Hey guys, Zeus out of here with another video, and today on another episode of Zeus Reacts, we're gonna be looking at Don't Look Back's video, why NAEU survivors fail in globals. Now, as a typical precursor, this is pure for discussion. This is not to incite any kind of like hate or harassment. This is just pure discussion, see one point of view perspective per normal, like all my other discussion slash reaction style videos that I do. All right. So if you disagree with this person, that's fine, but disagree in a respectful manner. Don't just say, "Hey, you're bad. I'm right. Hey, you're wrong. I'm right because haha, you Dumbo." Actually, and I know this is going to be a challenge, but please think before you speak and articulate your points clearly. I know. I'm asking a lot. I know, but I believe you can do it. All right? So, with that being said, let's get started. Chat, let me know how the volume is, if anything. So yeah. Actually, real quick before let me just okay. I am recording this.
Hey everyone, this is the real me talking. So I just want to say I didn't actually do the voiceover for this video because I know that I won't be able to do a good job reading a 1500 word script.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Volume good?
apologize in advance for that. But yeah, aside from that, I'll just let AI me take over and bring you guys into a bit of a dive.
Okay. Ooh, let's go.
With the COA8 group stage coming to a close, and once again with the NAEU teams, especially the survivors, not really performing as well as people have hoped for. I would like to discuss one key reason, aside from in-game skills, that I have noticed while watching a whole bunch of games from this core. Yes, I think I might have found the reason behind why year after year,
We're
the
all good on
NAEU
volume chat.
survivors
We're all
are
good.
just not getting better. Before I go on, I just want to say that in-game skills are
Like reading a book and finding the
obviously
author behind you.
important in competitive. This video is not made to deny that at all. In fact, I am very much aware that NEU needs to work on our in-game skills. Prospector volts into the wax hardest 7 seconds into the game. Full health puppeteer dying to hullabaloo in 10 seconds. These are really poorly
Okay, wait. Okay, well, okay. To be fair, that's typically what happens against specifically full presence hullabaloo. To be fair, like that's just hullabaloo diff. That is just hullabaloo diff. No, if this is any other hunter, I would agree. But because it's this little bastard, it's hullabaloo diff right there. I'm not gonna go too hard if I see someone die in like 10 seconds against a hullabaloo that's at full presence that knows how to clone and whatnot. Like that is just. I hate this piece of shit. I'm so glad they're nerfing him.
played, and everyone should avoid these in the future games. But here's the thing, some survivor teams can actually recover and still get a draw despite being outplayed by the opposing side skill-wise. Why is that?
Communication.
In the NAEU regional qualifiers,
Ah!
there have
Ah!
been many misplays that are not
Ah!
skill-related. Let's take a look at two examples. First, in round 1 of Fortis Simo vs RM, last cipher is at factory, Gravekeeper has no items, and is chaired at the front gate. So female dancer comes to rescue. After the pop, the ideal play would probably be letting female dancer run towards factory, or god kite,
Wait,
while
hold on.
gardener
I was
heads
not listening to that at all. I'm sorry.
last cipher is
I
at
was not
factory,
listening. Okay.
Gravekeeper has no items, and is
Uh-huh.
chaired at the front gate. So
Okay.
female dancer comes to rescue. After the
Okay.
pop, the ideal play would probably be letting female dancer run towards factory, or god kite, while gardener heads to open back gate. This way, female dancer can rescue. After Gravekeeper gets downed, if Hunter teleports, if the Hunter does in teleport, there would also be a decent chance that the Hunter might miss her when she goes for gate or dungeon. But at the very least, this would allow at least one survivor out this round. But
Yeah,
instead,
that
they
is true.
opted to let a Gravekeeper with no item kite to kite a Goatman for like 30 seconds while both Gardener and female dancer
Oh!
rushed to backgate. Thankfully, the Gravekeeper actually did manage to kite around 30 seconds, which should be enough to get one survivor out. Now, I know the survivors messed up after the teleport, but none of that needed to happen if they chose the other method. Also, if the Gravekeeper was not able to kite as long as he did, which could have easily happened against Goatman. This would have
Wow!
been an
I
automatic
forgot
4
about that.
elimination, and the survivors won't even get the chance to open the gate. And then we have round 3 of Omni vs MHX. Acrobat gets second chaired. Opera Singer forces half health first officer off the middle cipher before coming back with mechanic feeding tinnitus. But then the first officer goes to look for a new cipher at Shack, which he should not have went to at all, because the cipher there has already been finished by his teammate. After Acrobat expires on chair, the hunter goes straight towards the first officer because she saw the way the first officer went and finds him immediately. This is a huge misplay from the survivors because the first officer just wasted a whole third of the Acrobat's chair time without
Doing
any
nothing.
decoding.
Yeah.
Also giving the hunter more momentum for
That could
free
have been
by
50%
allowing her
on a
to chase
cipher.
him as her next target right after she got her first elimination. So, throughout this COA, it is evident that NAEU teams don't have the most optimal communications. A lot of people think that talking more equals communication, and not talking equals no communication. Well, that's not how it works. Communication
Well said. Well said.
is an ability that takes skills. It is the act of conveying information for the purpose of a shared understanding. Considering how IdentityV does not have a built-in voice call system that pushes players to communicate like some other games do, there are lots of IdentityV players who are not good at communicating. Usually, communication can be split into 4 rough categories: pure information, interactions, decision-making, and everything else.
Where have you been? Where have you been? Where have you been? Why are you just popping up here now? Where have you been? This is beautiful. Yes. 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 Everything, yes. Everything, yes.
The everything else category is mostly used to lighten up the mood. Stuff like nice kite, or that's okay, so we will exclude them from our discussion. As for the other 3, here are some examples. Let's imagine you are a mercenary about to go for a rescue, but the full presence, NIAD, has wanted order
Not
on you.
yet.
If you say, I can't make that rescue, that would be pure information. If you say, I can't make that rescue, coordinator, can you go instead? This is an interaction. If you say, I can't make the rescue, coordinator go save. This is called decision making. And
Oh my God. Oh, yes. 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 Please, I need this video to hit every single low tiers algorithm.
here, we get a concept that is common in CN and JP,
I haven't even had to speak because like what do I say? Like I don't disagree. Like I don't disagree.
don't seem to be around here in AEU. A decision maker, or commander.
A
A
team cap.
commander is the one survivor on the team who uses interaction and decision making as their main method of communication and can consistently feed this information to their teammates. Some example players of the commander position are AK, Jelly, and Shin Ami. But do keep in mind, the commander is not omniscient, and in certain scenarios, they won't know what exactly is going on.
Exactly.
So for everyone else on the team, the minimum requirement would be to be able to feed all the information to all the teammates. And if they want to reach a higher level, have more interactions, and make certain decisions themselves. As there isn't always time for the commander to make the decisions in a fast-paced game like IdentityV. Adding on to that, Why did I say communication also takes skills?
Oh my God, I
Well,
remember
being able
watching
to
this
express
live.
your
This shit was
thoughts using
brutal,
the simplest
bro.
language in the shortest time is no easy task.
It
Let's
was.
say Dream Witch is chasing one of the 4 survivors in graveyard on Red Church, while the other 3 survivors are decoding at the broken wall half of the map.
Oh my God. Oh my God. If you get to what I think you're gonna get, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I will, oh my God. Oh my God. I will give you the biggest fucking hug ever if you get to what I'm gonna say. Okay, so assuming this is gonna go where I think it's gonna go, right? Cord, Merc, Lucky Guy, all decoding on one side of the map, Kite is happening on the other. By the time the Kite ends, these ciphers, ideally, they should be popped. So that means now Mech should be telling Merc, all right, I'm gonna be put on X chair, so make sure you come from us, and in this specific case, into the Dream Witch, Leech at point A, Leech at point B, Merc come from route A, so you don't get caught off at point A. So then afterwards, Merc post rescue is going to tell Mechanic, all right, we finished all ciphers on this side of the map. Our ciphers are left on the opposite end of the map. So that means now, Mechanic, I need you to die at point A, B, or C, which would be top, mid, or bottom broken. In order so that way then you don't get cucked on ciphers and the Dream Witch has easy access, or any hunter in general has easy access for cipher pressure, please.
While they might be having the same thoughts, some players might only be able to say something like, here come decode. This is inefficient communication because the teammates won't be able to understand. Yes, teammates might be able to use their game sense to make out what they're saying, but it could very well cause miscommunication as. And now, in contrast, some other players might be able to say, come decode middle broken, so we don't get cipher locked. You see what I mean here? This is a good demonstration of the difference in communication skills. Also, it is crucial to know when to feed information, when to interact, and when to make decisions. Let's talk about this using an example of a CN qualifier match. In this match, the hunter chairs little
Oh, I
girl
remember
at
this
test pallet
match.
and leaves straight towards the
It's
corner
a
house to chase mercenary. But neither the prospector nor the fire investigator
have
went for the
moved.
save,
Yep.
which sealed the result of this match as a 4 elimination. Now, let's say the fire investigator isn't the best at communicating. What type of communication should little girl use? If
The
she
hunter is
uses
not
pure
here.
information and says, the hunter is leaving, then we might encounter the issue of the fire investigator not knowing what to do because there has been no further instructions given. If she uses interaction and say, the hunter is leaving, can you come save me? While this is better, we could still run into an issue where the fire investigator doesn't know whether he can save or not. Now, I know that sounds ridiculous when we are watching from an omniscient POV, but it's really quite understandable. Just imagine you asking a harasser if they can come harass in rank. Some harassers who are less experienced will be like, well, what if you die before I get there? What if I don't harass long enough that we actually lose cipher progress? So, can I come harass or not? So in this situation, I believe the best type of communication for little girl would be to make a decision. Saying hunter is leaving, come save me. Telling the fire investigator to stop hesitating because I have made the decision. You just do what I say. Alright. Now some of you may ask, why can't we just make decisions every time then? Well, the issue with that is
I
not
also
every
remember this
player on the
match.
team will have all the information all the time. This means they would need to either feed information or interact so everyone reaches a shared understanding before making a decision. What if the harasser actually cannot come for whatever reason there is in game? This is why players like AK Jelly and Shinami ask their teammates to think and make decisions with them. Even though they are already top commanders themselves, there will always be a point where their teammates would have to make a decision themselves. With
Yup.
these in mind, having a reasonable communication pace and frequency, giving enough time to make decisions, improving at expressing oneself, and being able to make the correct decisions on the point are key components to every good survivor team. I could say though, NAEU still has a long way to go. I hope this video provided some insights. Feel free to voice your own thoughts in the comments. And thank you for tuning in.
We don't care about burst mode. Anyways. Brother, I couldn't even like what Well, what am I supposed to say? I disagree with this? Like, I think maybe the only thing you could have said as well is synergy. Me personally, I am a big believer in the fact that a lot of the teams we don't perform as well as we would like to because there's no synergy with a lot of teams. There isn't. A lot of teams that are practically not RVL, they just pick members endlessly back and forth from like just the top of the rank leaderboard, and they're only a team for like a few months before they just disband again and go back to it, and then try it again the next year without actually practicing with one another, getting used to one another, etc. That's my personal belief, but honestly, like this is also true. Like that the breakdown of communication and emphasis. I've never really I knew about this like intrinsically as I play, but I never actually took the time to break it down into what it actually is. And the fact that you did that is really good because this makes it really digestible. Because when I explain shit to people, I can kind of over explain. So this being just so easily digestible, like it's so nice. Like this is such a well-made video, man. This is actually so good. Like this is a video like I can't even like there's not much for me to critique, like much to disagree with. Like this is beautiful. Guys, go and subscribe. Check out Don't Look Back on YouTube. Again, subscribe, like the video, share it because this is a beautifully well-made video. So give it the love it deserves. All right. That being said, YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm live Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, starting at around 7 to 8 p.m. EST. That is typically the range of when I start. So come by, check out the lives, because we're always doing fun stuff like this for the most part. Aside from suffering and ranked as I lose my mind about randoms. Yay. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will catch ya in the next one. Bye, everyone.